You. Welcome back to another Dauntless video, guys. Today we're going to be going over weighted strikes plus 6 on the dual blades, and we're going to be going over instability of behemoths in general because there's a lot of behemoths out there like Riftstalker, Koshai, Skraev, Shrike, all these behemoths, Emberman, Stormclaw, all these behemoths out there that have an instability phase where the player can go, knock them over, and just lay down a massive amount of damage, like you're seeing in this clip. Like, these phases are essential, especially when you get to higher levels. You're going to want to take advantage of this phase in order for you to do massive damage and just decrease the amount of time in the hunt. And also it'll just bring up your rank in the hunt too, because if you're taking a low amount of damage and if you're killing these behemoths with a quickness, it just helps. And at the same time, when you start to identify these phases, it'll just help you become an overall better slayer, because you'll know what attacks to watch for, you know what attacks to just maim a behemoth with. Like, this is something that's essential. And I'm not only talking about the dual blades here. This isn't just for the dual blades. This is for the axe too. This is for the pike. This is for the repeaters. This is for the hammer too. This is for all these weapons out there that deal a massive amount of damage and things like that. Like, if you throw an axe at an Emberman while he's running, you could stagger him. And I'll go into detail later. But I'm pretty sure you could tell what phases he could be staggered during. But it's not one of those things you notice outright in front of you unless you really like fight this behemoth a lot, go into these public matches and see other people doing it. Like later on in the video, you'll see me in a public match tell a player to knock over a Skarn for me because I can't do it. The dual blades don't have enough damage to do that, so they can't really knock them over. So that was a great teaching moment, and you guys will be able to see that later. Along with that, this video I've tried to do a lot of different things. I try to mix it up. I try to add a little bit more personality to it because a lot of my videos are scripted, and I kind of go off script a lot, but at the same time, they're still scripted. So if something doesn't go right, I go back and just read it over and just spew it out onto the video for you guys. But besides that, we're about to get into the first behemoth. The first behemoth is, you guessed it, Emberman. Emberman. His phase is when he's running. You can always stagger him when he's charging at you. Let's get a rewind and watch that closely. Look, during that running phase, boom, my boy's galloping at you. Boom. Knock him over, turn around, dash, dash, and just start wailing on him with your whole team. And it's crazy. Now for Shreve. Shreve, he's not that bad of a behemoth, and his phase is easily tellable. Like, you could really see it. Just wait for it. You'll see it in this clip up in a second. In a second, you'll see it right here. Bink. Knocked him over, turned around, laid down massive amount of damage. And this is something that's, just look at that, man. Just all that damage, all that stagger, all that wound, everything. And he's just sitting there waiting. Now let's go back and give you guys a closer look at the phase and what he does before the phase is initiated. Okay, here. You see, he gets out, he does his scream. Ah, I'm about to get you. He does his scream, turns around, flies towards you, and you're able to stagger him during that phase because he is unstable, not stable. And he himself, he's similar to Shrike. Some would say he's Shrike brother. And I'm pretty sure you could guess what's the next behemoth. Shrike. Skrev's brother. And they both have the same exact phases. After his attacks, scream, stand there for a second, does a second scream to initiate the run, turns around, starts to fly, knock him over. Easy phase. And you just lay it down with your team and just drop a whole bunch of damage. And that's it. Especially if you have the dual blades. Now on to the next. Stormclaw. My boy. The dog. The brother of Emberman. The doggo right here. The storm dog. Like, this is one of the behemoths that is hard to tell what his tell is. Like, you see me here, I'm trying to find it. I'm like, yo, where can I stagger this guy? What's his instability? And then I find it. Now let's go back so I can show you guys what I found. So starting off with his phase, he jumps 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's able to be staggered. And that's what I do. Bam. And this is something you want to take advantage of. You cannot hit him during the first 4 jumps. You cannot. I've tried so many times, and you see me trying this video. You have to wait to the 5th, and when he jumps at you, stagger him. Now on to Pangar, the Ice Dino. Ice Dino right here. Pangar. I'm gonna show you this guy. This guy, his tell is really easy. Like, and if you're an axe wielder out there, this is one of the easiest boss for you. Look at that. Dual blades, I missed it up front, but since it swings, boom, it went around, smacked him. And I'll give you a better view of his instability phase right here. Look, I'm attacking him a little bit. He rolls away. That was a miss instability phase. But then I was like, nah, I'm about to recover. Go back, swing out the dual blades, bam. Knocks him over. Goes in for the damage. Now onto Skarn, the Rock Boy. I know a lot of you guys have been having a problem with this guy. I'm in a few forums. I'm in Dauntless PS4 and Dauntless Xbox forum, and I see all the messages. Skarn and Riftstalker are one of the top behemoths that everybody like have problems with, and I've seen people talking about, yo, help me with this guy. I can't do it. But Skarn has 2 instability phases. The first one that you just seen right here, and the next one I'm gonna tell you about. And we're about to go a little more in depth about this phase too. So let's roll that back. Roll that clip. Roll that back. Alright. So you see right here, the stones come off of him and it hovers for a minute. In that minute, you need to get away. Get away because he pulls you in this phase. If you don't, me, you see, I ran out of stamina. If I didn't recover my stamina, I would not be able to take him down. That's why I ran so far away and ran back. I run in, dash, right click. Instant stagger. If you got an axe, throw that thing at him. Chuck it, toss that thing. And you'll be able to smack him. And it's funny, once you get this down, it'll remind you of the scene in One Piece when he's in, no, not One Piece, One Punch, when he's in the arena just fighting the martial arts guy. Like this scene right here, right here. Just completely unfazed. Now on to his second phase, but so unfazed, man, so unbothered, it's crazy. But on to Skarn's second phase. This phase, it's easier to tell because he stands straight up and he pauses for a minute. And you could, in that moment, if you have an axe, if you have a pike, you can knock him over. But dual blades, I'm sorry, you guys, we can't do nothing about this. We gotta sit and wait. And this is a team, I loved it. I didn't have the axe, but this dude did, and I had to tell him, I was like, yo, bro, you can knock him over during this phase, and he does. Look at this. Boom. Yo, I love that match because the guys, I could tell they didn't know what to do, so I like gave them a little advice and they ran with it, and it really helped them too, and like they seen it, and he started staggering them the whole match. Now on to Riftstalker, the cat, the shadow cat. My boy out here looking like Catwoman now. Let me stop. But Riftstalker, he has 2 phases too, and each phase is usable by the dual blades, and by actions and by everybody else. So you see he jumps out of a portal. Make sure he doesn't psych you out because you know how he comes out, come back in. Uh, but let's look at that in slow motion. So I'm waiting. Boom. One jumps out. Boom. Another one jumps out. 2 fakes. And then the real one, run up, right click, throw an axe. It will knock him out of the phase. And now to his second phase. This phase is a little bit more difficult because you have to be able to predict where he's going to jump out of. Like, bam. That one I was waiting. I had to wait. Let's run that back. Like, I throw the attack as soon as I see the portal and just barely hit him. Like, it goes through him 3 times and I almost missed. But Kharabak, oh my god. This behemoth is the hardest. The hardest. to time. Look how fast he does this. Ground swipe. Swoom. If you don't, oh my god, if you don't time that, if you haven't seen that before, you will miss it. Let's run that back. Oh my, so fast. Boom. If you got an axe, you could have tossed it. But I have a dual blades, and it's little bit more difficult. Now, I don't know how I got this, but I got him when he was invisible before the update dropped. Wait, did you see that?
月の糸の匂いがわかるようになったからだ。誰かと戦っているとき、俺がその匂いに気づくと、糸は見える。糸は俺の刃から相手の隙に繋がっていて、見えた瞬間、ピンと張る。
Honestly, that's what I saw when I hit him during that phase. Like I wasn't able to predict it, but I was just like, yo, how I hit him? He's invisible. I guess it happened. I'm gonna just leave it. But here we have Koshai, my boy Koshai. Oh my god, he's an honorable mention because dual blade users out there, you with weighted strikes +6, you cannot stagger him whatsoever. You could try with all your might. You could do whatever you want, but you cannot stagger him. Let's rewind that back and go back. Let's see. Look at this. Waiting for him to jump into the air because that's his invulnerability phase. And when I hit him, I have weighted strikes +6, but it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't stagger him because you need a heavy weapon. Like Skarn with the axe, you need an axe or a hammer or a pike charged up to knock this guy over. Or repeaters too. Like, that's the only way you could get a stagger out of Koshai. So that's the end of the video of all the behemoths that can be staggered in Dauntless. If I missed any, drop a comment down below, let me know. And if you guys like my combat of the dual blades, then you're gonna like the next video because I'm gonna go over how to use the dual blades and how I use the dual blades and how I think it's efficient. I think the dual blades is an all-around weapon because of its attack speed. Like, you could put so much on the dual blades. Like you see in most of the video, I'm doing 3 types of damage. Like, these damages are insane if you add the attack speed and if you add the crit rate of the dual blades. And the dual blades base spin, it's pretty much covers most of the behemoth, so you're able to just put out so much damage. Guys, if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, because next video I'm gonna go in depth about the dual blades, man. My favorite weapons. I used it since the beginning and I will continue to use it. Alright, TJ out.